Probably the worst thing that's ever happened in my entrepreneurial journey happened this week. And it was probably one of the hardest weeks in business. And the crazy thing is that I survived and everything's fine. And because of just reasons and stuff, I can't go into detail. But if you're watching this video and you follow all my high level stuff, it's nothing about any of that sort of stuff. It's about business, but it's not about that sort of stuff. So you don't have any reason to be concerned. But yeah, I just kind of have to use discretion there. But it sucked. Something happened and it sucked. And in that moment, I was, just beside myself of anger and it was anger and just like, pissed. And I was honestly in the moment, I was like, how am I supposed to get anything else done when this is hanging over my head? And um, the way the situation works, there's really nothing I can do. I just kind of have to sit on my hands. And I was like, I'm not going to be able to focus for X time frame that I have to sit on my hands. Like I'm not going to be able to do anything. And it's crazy how for a couple hours I was pretty rattled, and yeah, it sucked. And your head's just in a dark, crazy space, and then like anything else that happens in the business that day, it's just like amplified after that. It's like one person that happens, and then one person says that they don't want to use Review Harvest because we can't do X, Y, or Z or whatever, and you're just like, this whole business is a flop, like this is a joke, but it's just a bad day, and I'll normally like call those quitting days when like everything seems like they're going wrong, or it's just like I'm not in the vibe today, or just like you just don't have it. You're trying to get stuff done, but I don't know. It's just a bad day, and it's like just a quitting day, and they come around all the time. So I think I don't want to like label it as that sort of day. I still want to try and get everything I can out of that day and try and make progress, but at the same time, also this is like episode 2 of the journey to 100K MRR or whatever. I'll update revenue at the end of each month, but I was going to make another one before the end of August. So we're on pace to do about the same we did last month. About 67 or 65 maybe, I don't know. But anyways, so what I was saying was just, yeah, I don't want to like label quitting days too early, because then you're just like, oh, you waste a day. But on those days what I used to do is I would just like spiral and just think of other businesses. I would just like go to my list of ideas or go to like YouTube and look up how to make money, and I would just like spiral down a rabbit hole of like other opportunities, and I would just get all wrapped up about it. And now I know that I have a tendency to do that, and so instead I'll either like get away, go on a walk, or just get away for an hour or so, just kind of reset, or I'll just like focus on things that I know need to be done. They might not be the highest leverage activities, but things that I know need to get done, and just like focus on something that I can just do, right? Like comes to emails or one of those, just like, oh, I should probably go through all my emails, or DMs, or categorizing expenses. I normally don't do that, but just doing something, to make me feel productive again, and just doing something, and to get my mind off of the business, because like unfortunately when I step away I'm still always thinking about it, and so there's really only a couple things I can get my mind off of it. And also when I do step away, I just am, sometimes I feel like I'm not being productive or whatever. So I found that like just simple tasks like doing the bookkeeping or responding to emails, or creating a support documentation of hey, we get this question a lot, let me just create this support doc real quick. Doing that stuff gets my mind off of it, because it's just like something simple that I can do right in front. That's I know is helping grow the business. Makes me feel productive, makes me feel better. Might not be the highest leverage, but yeah, and like really stepping away, there's really only a few things that get my mind truly off business, which is I think just a blessing and a curse. I think it just comes. There's great things that come with that, like the obsession component of it is huge. But murder podcasts are great. Hanging out with friends and family is great. And watching college football, that's pretty much it. Or like a really good show, that'll get my mind off of it. But other than that, I'm just like pretty much always thinking about Review Harvest. But yeah, what I wanted to touch on, there's a couple of things I want to touch on. When I'm in that shaky headspace, like I said, I think like everything is heightened. And so like Monday, Tuesday for me, or Monday was when I got the bad news, and Monday and Tuesday, it's like just everything that comes at me was just a little dramatized. Like it was just a bigger deal than it should have been. And I was just like looking into too much stuff, and it's like on those days, I don't think you should make any big decisions. I don't think you should make really any decisions at all for the business, and just kind of like get the day done and do whatever you can do that needs to be done no matter what, regardless of whatever decisions you're making, because I think it just puts you in a terrible headspace. And when I was kind of I did actually make a couple decent decisions for the business this week, or big decisions. I don't know if they're decent. I'm just kidding. I think they're decent. I think they're right. Just some decisions around marketing, some decisions around pricing, just to kind of try and simplify things. That was kind of what the last episode was about. But I think what my biggest issue when it comes to making those big decisions, like I said in the last episode, is I can convince myself of anything, right? I can look at two different things and come to two different conclusions. I can look at all the information I have and still convince myself of two different outcomes. And maybe that's just a flaw in my decision making. I don't know, but it's like I could sell you really hard on this route, and I could also sell you really hard on this route. And both times I'm like, it depends when you ask me. And so I think what was helpful in the past couple of weeks is like the weight of I think Alex Ramsey said that, but nothing is heavier than an unmade decision. Like the weight of an unmade decision that you need to make is so distracting. It drains so much energy, and you're just like constantly thinking about it. But what happened was like if I just wrote down kind of my thoughts in the day and the time and what was happening and why I was writing that down, just giving context of my headspace when I was writing down those thoughts. And then just going back and observing them when I had the next thought or whatever, and just like doing that, over a week or two. It probably didn't even need to be a week or two, but helped me make a better decision, I think. And also, I'm saying it's a good decision now. Who even knows? No, but I think it is a good decision. But also like clear head. So first, like I'm probably the most clear headed. First thing in the morning before I've like gotten into emails or support or anything. And so I've been like waking up and working out, going on a walk or whatever, which normally I would just get straight to work, but I'm like, things are changing a little bit. And so I, in that moment before I've been exposed to, crap from the business or putting out fires or whatever, I feel like I'm probably, as long as I slept well and I've kind of woken up a little bit, probably pre-caffeine rush though, because I think once you hit the caffeine, then you're like, you might be a little bit fired up too much. But yeah, I feel like that's probably one of my best moments for making decisions where I can see things clearly before my head's been clogged up. But yeah, so that's one thing I'd recommend, just making big decisions on a clear head before you've kind of got exhausted or had a fat meal or something. Probably not the best decision to make it hungry. You probably don't want to make decisions hungry because, hangriness, I guess. But anyways, the last thing I was going to say was just big things take time, I guess. I know people say that all the time. Gurus and Alex Ramsey and all those amazing entrepreneurs say that all the time. Like, hey, big things take time, but yeah, it's just like so true. I was looking at like different founders and stuff that I like their businesses on LinkedIn this week, a couple of them, and you're like, in the software space, I'm like, gotta move fast and gotta make this happen in a couple of years. And like, sure, some companies do blow up in 2 years and sell or whatever they want to do. But like, still, you look at the vast majority of them, it's like, yeah, he's been doing that for 9 years. Yep, he's been doing that since 2008. Yep, he's been doing that since 2016. It's just like, it's like 9 years ago, and it's like, Clay, you started this technically in 2023, like, dude, and even then you're half focused on your agency for 6 months and trying to like wiggle into Review Harvest, and so yeah, it's like, hey, big things take time. Just let things cook, keep showing up, keep doing your best. And yeah, so that is episode 2 of the journey to 100K MRR. If you enjoyed this video and you want to watch my other videos about how I kind of got started with HighLevel, how I started making some money online, helping local business owners get reviews, feel free to check out the slew of other videos on my YouTube channel. We got like a 7-day course. It's like almost 9 hours. And it goes step by step pretty much with everything. But yeah, you'll get access to the free school community. You'll get access to the school community for free if you sign up with the link down below in the description. You'll get an extended 30-day trial instead of the 14-day trial. You'll get 2 coaching calls with me a week and all that great stuff. So yeah, feel free to sign up if you'd like to. But yeah, this was probably the hardest week in business so far. And the crazy thing is that I know that in 5 years, I'll look back and I'll laugh. at this week. Like, oh, that's so funny that you thought that was a big deal, because bigger things are going to come up. Worse things, unfortunately, are going to come up, and you'll deal with it. You'll either live or you'll die, and yeah. And even if everything came crashing down, I think the good thing about an obsessive personality is that I told my dad this the other day. I think the good thing about an obsessive personality is that I can see myself, like I can watch like 6 reels about working out, and I'm like all stoked on like working out and getting in the best shape possible. And so this is a side tangent, but I'm just saying, like, the good thing about that is that if everything came crashing down for some reason, I don't think it will, but I would probably just find the next thing to be obsessed about, and maybe it would be another business. But maybe it would be like working out, or maybe it would be being the best dad possible, or maybe it would be, whatever, and that would occupy a lot of my brain space. I think that transition would be really hard, of like unwinding my obsession around business right now and pointing it towards something else. That transition would be hard, but I think once I got hooked, I'd be hooked, So yeah, these are my thoughts today. Maybe they're valuable, probably weren't. I'm just kidding. But yeah, hope y'all have a great day, whatever day this gets posted. And yeah, subscribe if you want more of this sort of stuff, and comment down below your thoughts. And I loved how the last video, I guess that just comes with being like vulnerable and just, saying your thoughts. But like, everybody's like, hey, you're doing good, man. Like giving me suggestions and stuff. Like, guys, I'm good. Everything's good. I appreciate the care, but everything's great. Anyways, all right, I'll quit rambling. Peace.